Hello, 6-year-olds and parents reading the 3-year-olds. Until recently, comics were just picture books used to distract small children. Not anymore! Thanks to Team Fortress Comics, they're now blood-soaked, adrenaline-gorged orgies of picture violence that'll distract kids of all ages. I'm Saxton Hale, and if you don't know who I am, you're probably an idiot or a childless adult. But don't worry, because the comic you're now reading has been written by hand with the express purpose of catching you up of 7 years of backstory, so you can get right to the good stuff. Issue number 1 of our ongoing Team Fortress comic book. So you better sit down, because, on second thought, stand. You don't want to be in a comfortable bowel-emptying position for the rocket sled of exposition you're about to be strapped to. Let's get started. Our story starts in New Mexico. It's a desert, and it looks like this. Only a moron would live here. Here's some morons who decided to live here. A rich old man from England and his twin idiot sons. The boys hated each other, but they loved their dad, and they convinced him to buy most of New Mexico and move there, and the old man never forgave him for it. On his deathbed, he left the family munitions company, Manco, to his trusted aide, and he left his maidservant all his gold. And he left his sons nothing but the useless land they convinced him to buy, and he gave it to him to share, so they'd have to fight over it until the day they died. One of the brothers hired mercenaries to seize the land from his twin, but the other brother did too. The ensuing land war's gone on for 120 years now, as dramatized in the documentary video game Team Fortress 2. Years passed, the brothers were close to death, but no closer to stealing their worthless inheritance from one another. That's where this sharp old tack comes in. One of the brothers hired a brilliant engineer to build a machine that make him live forever. If he couldn't beat his twin for the land, he'd outlast him for it. The only problem was, this lady secretly convinced the engineer to build a machine for the other brother too. Why? Nobody knows. But now the brothers are both practically immortal, still idiots, and doomed to pit their mechs against each other forever. Now you're probably asking, Saxton, how can I build a life-extending machine? Well, first you need some Australium, and good luck, because that's hard to come by. It's the most valuable substance on Earth. When we Australians found the stuff, it turned us into Supermen. Look at that city up there. Pretty futuristic, right? Guess what? That's Australia in 1890. Anyway, more years passed. The brothers didn't die, and the war continued. And that brings us to today. Good old 1972. I'm in charge of the family business now. Mostly I make and sell weapons for these guys, the current crop of mechs. There's the scout, the sniper, the spy, the demoman, the medic, the soldier, the heavy, the engineer, and the pyro. And these two lovely ladies that coordinate the massive land war the mechs fight every day. They're also secretly working for both sides, but the brothers and the mechs don't know that, so keep it under your hat. In fact, burn your computer after you read this. That right there's the administrator, and then there's Miss Pauling. So, that's about it. Oh, there's also this guy. He's the long-lost, smarter third brother those idiot twins I told you about. His dad's abandoned him at birth because he was weak. He was captured and raised by eagles. His name's Grey Man. That's some preposterous horse shit if you ask me, but barely credible backstory aside, he means business. Killed both his brothers last year, and now he's trying to take over my company, the greasy little weasel. Alright, all that garbage I told you, forget about it. All the people in front of your eyeballs right now are what matters. Burn them into your brain. I can wait. Memorized? Good. Now you're ready to read Team Fortress Comics. Click this page to continue on to issue 1. Happy Free Comic Book Day. Or as we call it here at TF Comics, every day. Get clicking. Next time on TF Comics, Manco no more.